The competition
Here we go.
is 20 men.
Sorry, but Triple X of Whole Job didn't provide me with an airline-based joke for you. So please enjoy the modern graphics Compo.
So, first entry is Warriors of the Red and Green Hand by RWJ.
Sorry, I'm still engaged in three things, and I need to pay a bit of attention to something, or something else won't happen.
Warriors of the Red Green Hand. This is by a 12-year-old.
And that's awesome.
Yeah. See, no limitations at a demo party.
Yeah. Age? Nope. Sorry. You can enter. I do wonder why they are attacking an airplane, though.
Yeah.
True predators of black metal. Yes, well, there you go.
That was done in Paint 3D as well. Entry number 2, The Rabbit Hole by Midget.
Come on, said the rabbit. It'll be fun. Crappy scan of a lovely picture. Happy revision, everybody. Toots. Or tools.
He always goes for the eyes, the guy in control of the Zoom.
That's Moldy Cat.
Yes, I think that name should be Midget. Actually, looking at the signature, but yes. Entry number 3, Stockholm Syndrome by Bobby Trebor.
No, I meant the person controlling the mouse and the eyes is Moldy Cat.
I do like seeing the stages because you get to see the artist get thinking,
Yes.
you know what, that wasn't such a good idea after all.
Yep, oh, hey, I can go this way with it, versus this way isn't working. And if you're doing something like what I do a lot, you get stuck in this rut of, no, I must make this work. And being able to see this type of thing, but oh, no, you're allowed to switch.
Yeah.
That's very helpful.
Entry number 4, This Could Go Either Way by Metoikos. This is just using GIMP. With some 3D graphics with image post-processing.
I see. He's not dead yet.
That's a seafood supper you wouldn't particularly enjoy.
No.
mean, I've had seafood take its revenge on me before, but usually from within. If you see what I mean.
The rendering is interesting of that crab. I think she managed to get the lighting, though, well done. With post-processing, it's not
Nice
all
and
that far
sunny
off.
there.
Yeah.
Number 5, Beating Cells by Pip.
Representation of fresh air entering living cells. We are all trees.
This is a watercolor.
On grainy red paper. That is very red.
Yeah.
And that's interesting because since it's red paper, that means that you could use the white in that way with the chalk.
Yeah.
Which, it's watercolor though, but it looks a lot like chalk. Also, yeah, that stage there going from the sketch to this. It really is cool being able to see these stages.
Yeah, you can see the watercolor now.
And which, yeah, actual, you can, in this compo, you can submit something that is not done with a computer. You can do, you can use paint, acrylic, and then scan it or take a photo.
Yeah, it's modern graphics. It doesn't say how we make the graphics.
No, not at all.
Entry number 6, My Precious by Callisto.
Thanks for revision. I'm learning to draw a little more every year here, which is another excellent thing.
Yep.
Yeah. And
Photoshop and an Intuos 5.
that's
I was thinking Lord of the Ringsy when I saw the title there.
yeah. But yeah, you can see where this is. I mean, there are items in here that like this water here. Other folks would do it a different way, but that actually does work. And the zooming in on that egg, I had missed that detail as well.
Yeah.
There's
Like something's got out there.
Yeah. There's differing levels of attention you can that I see in all the ways that this is done, and then some of the coloring is a bit more experience with it might lead to different results. But that's a nice picture. That's really well done, and it's also good to see progression.
Entry number 7, Ecuador by 33 ZTH.
I love Commodore 64 colors. For this, I've created my own watercolor palette based on C64. Watercolor pads. Now,
So this is the C64 colors rendered in paint.
yeah,
That's a bit high res for a C64.
it is, but it's really interesting seeing how that palette's being used there.
Yeah.
Because, wow. Okay.
It looks like they did a little one first and then
And then-
essentially repainted
yes.
it much larger, didn't it?
Wow. That's
That's a lot of it. Look at that seahorse. That's
it's not exactly the C64 palette, but
No.
but it is. Yeah, it's really interesting because so much of the C64 palette, when you see a picture done on C64, it's primarily dark, and this is primarily light.
yeah.
This is
So I just saw the joystick there.
yeah, yeah. This is why I remember when somebody said, and I think I've said this on other streams. Anyway, material is watercolor pads, watercolor pencils, and some other stuff.
Yeah. Entry number 8, The Three-Headed Monkey by Steffi.
A brow job.
Just a beer label for a coffee chocolate porter. I think this would be right up your street there.
It would be. It would be. Okay. Yes, I want that beer. And that's.
Oh, just so that's the Monkey Island.
Yes.
logo.
Yes, and it's the e-work behind it, and that's just.
I love the way the first stage was just the blue rectangle there.
Yeah. Hops. That yes.
There's how job.
That's brow job.
Brow
I guess
job.
they're now brewing beer. That is a very clever idea for beer and for marketing, and I can see that going really well. And I can also see 8-Bit Brewing in Finland picking up on that.
Entry number 9, Natasha at the Fairground by Elman. He's getting around today.
Well, Elman does both. He showed me his pictures on his. I mean, that's hand drawn.
Yeah, it's colored pencils. I think it's
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, he's just a very talented fellow, and a great guy to talk to, and so forth. And my goodness, he also gets the person's personality when he's drawing them as well.
Yeah.
It isn't just a static picture. There's emotion coming through it, and I see that in all of his pictures.
Yeah, so somebody on the Twitch chat was saying no more computer graphics. There will be some later, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Going for the eyes there again.
Well, eyes are so telling in a
Yes,
picture. I mean, it's so
they are the
hard
focal
to draw
point
them.
They are the focal point of most pictures, aren't they? Yes. Yes, colour pencil drawing.
Those people who were saying, how do I get started in the demos? Drawing is a great way.
Yeah. Entry number 10, St. George Dark Arts by Maid of Bomb. Yes, it's St. George's Day on Tuesday. That's probably where this is coming from.
More than likely, and I always forget because, I was in the States and not in the UK.
Oh, of course, yes, St. George is the patron saint of Finland as well, isn't it? Or am
I will
getting
triple
that
check.
wrong? Am I getting that wrong?
You might, I'm not sure. The burp.
That's great. Please do. Oh, he got rid of it.
Yeah, but it's great that it's in the early stages. His work is so incredible, and I believe that he also has these as prints that are available. I had to ask Faith about what, and I know how to pronounce it, but Faith for her prints, and she now has banners available for her work. Faith is also a demo scene artist. She was explaining to me the paper that's being used by this when you do a print, and some of the paper that can be used for when you do a reproduction of this at large. It matters what the paper is. That's why sometimes these things are just a lot more expensive when you buy them from the artist. Because if you just print it out at home, you aren't going to get that level of paper, and it'll fade after 6 months of being on the wall.
No, I was wrong about St. George being the patron saint of Finland, by the way. That's obviously a bad memory. Entry number 11, Nook by Lalia.
And tools used, Make, Humans, Blender, and Photoshop. So now we're computers and so forth. Oh, that's...
Yeah. Ooh, nice. Is that pure Photoshop? That's not a 3D model.
No, that Make Humans is something that will actually make humans.
Yeah.
But also by only using the upper part. Oh. Yeah, see the 3D rendering portions, and then I love the way that this is being presented, because we're seeing the creative process, little glimpses of the creative process.
Yes. I'm worried one day they'll ask for working stages for the music competitions as well.
I think they're gonna, if they would ever do that, it would need to be well in advance, and also it would have to be a small party that just didn't have very many entries, because playing though, you can't really do that with music the same way. You can't zoom in to the tracks.
Entry number 12, Risk V32 Unknown Elf GCC.
By Halsey of St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
Oh, God, I know how to pronounce that now. You don't have to.
No. I wanted to pronounce it for once. They're 10 years old, this party, actually. And, that makes sense. This was MIPS, yes? Yes. MIPS is used in a lot of phones. not just arms, but also mitts. I like
So
that.
that's a 3D model then.
It is, and that icon, I believe, is one of the avatars, which is available on Halsey's Mastodon instance, which I also happen to be on. No, this is a really good render and a really nice picture, and I should get that on my phone.
Substance designer, painter, Inkscape, and GIMP. Entry number 13, The Arrival by designer Fade.
Evil Buck's been waiting for you all year long. And there we go. There's e-work and also the whole flight information. Now let's see. Oh, and we've got greets in there.
I think Evilbot used to be a woman.
Yes.
There we
yes.
go.
It's interesting that was switched.
Yes. Possibly the decision to enter it at revision was made after it was started.
Yeah, possibly.
Oh, there's the logo. Yes.
I actually have to make sure that you have the music going. This actually is the last track that I have on the playlist. I'll have to switch up to the top.
Sure. Here we go. Yes, that's greets.
Yes.
Yeah, we're all on there. Okay, that's fine.
I'll have to check. I'm not seeing. Do I see Scene Set on there? I didn't see it.
No, I saw all my groups on there.
Yes, well, but not the new one that you picked.
Well, come on. Entry number 14, Can't Stop, Won't Stop by Exocet.
Is Exocet here? Oh, and,
Well,
and I didn't know Exocet. One of the group that he's in, because I know there are. But I didn't see any of the guys from Just for Fun, but I know that there are guys from Up Rough here, so that would work. I didn't realize he joined Up Rough. Exocet is this is actually unusual because he normally paints his cute things in 2D, and this is the first I think I've seen of his in 3D. He's one of the reasons why I really like Just for Fun releases on the Atari ST is that he has this type of graphics that go into it.
We can see the pixels.
They're always cute and friendly and
Yeah, no details. That did look like a 3D render retouch.
yeah.
Entry number 15, Leaving Titan by Uncle X.
Of MFX. Good to see Uncle X back. Also, good to see a POV Ray, or POV Ray, as we'd say in Finland.
Got to be at least one space entry in every competition.
Yeah.
They're the rules.
Well,
We don't make them.
knowing Uncle X, there's a reason why they've had the Universe Part 1 through 4. It is one of his favorite subjects. He was very happy to have visited NASA in the States.
That was nice.
I think, in fact, he actually made a trip to the U.S. just to do that.
Well, that's the type of thing you would just make a trip
Yeah.
for.
Very,
Very 2001.
yeah.
Yeah.
Which also, Uncle X is also, he enjoys good, well-made films and well-made film soundtracks.
They don't come much more well made than that one.
No. That's, one of the great things about this is I get a whole bunch of new backgrounds every year. So, yes.
Entry number 16, A Splitting Headache.
By
by
Curly.
I think we can all relate.
Of New. This is how you feel on Easter Monday.
Okay, that's fairly
Now,
close.
I did not know Curly drew. I am going to have to ask him about this. Also, I just saw some tests. Yeah. Oh, look at the hands. Oh, no, those aren't hands. Those are and
The,
connections to the head.
Call it muscle fiber
Yes.
or something like that. I'm not a biologist, I don't know.
Well, I know two from the UK. There's Cyphus, who should be here, and TDK, who should be here. And they should
But he
perform.
isn't.
They should perform live on stage in a violin off.
TDK's very busy with his new venture these days.
And I know Cyphus, who's also a member of Up Rough, he is busy with his kids. So
Real life intrudes. Entry number 7, Two Pigeons by Moon. Photoshop.
Creative Commons called Photoshop, so not the old ones.
Interesting. Pretty certain those are cats.
Yes, they are. I'm going to want to see the stages on this. Yeah, okay, so we started with the sketch of the cats, then darkening, and then overlay.
Goes on. Yeah.
And more than 4 stages were provided for that. So, or, well, maybe that's just 4 stages plus the final picture.
Fur is really hard to do.
Yeah. All right, we need to do this.
I think when I used to draw, I just have to do it with more and more overlay layers, just trying to smudge them together. But that looks like it was done in like 2 or 3 tops. Much better than it.
I need to talk to one of my. I need to talk to Ozzy.
Entry number 18, Revised Airlines by Ixion. Sorry, that was Captain. I was about to try that as an L.
Yeah, I've had that trouble here with L's and I's.
Somebody get that robot some trousers.
Pants off, dude.
Pants off.
Now that's an interesting. Okay, interesting.
Builds, yes. that is the beer we have here.
Yeah.
Well, we have more beer than that, but yes.
Oh, and we have a Windows Windows failure screen over on
yes,
the
I see the blue screen of death over there.
Apparently, somebody was saying that they were saying, oh yeah, the Linux guys had to give up because they couldn't get wireless networking and they had to use Windows. Well, there you go. There's a Windows thing failing. That would be the run of the mill. Look, Windows
There we go.
failing.
There we go.
That's how Windows runs. That's why you don't use it.
Some of us don't really have the choice.
No, I fully understand. It is difficult to stick to not doing that. It really is.
Entry number 19, Ophelia by Elohe.
Special thanks to Made Use Tools, Adobe Photoshop, and Wacom Intuos 3. I like the frog. And the other frog. And the other frog. There are lots of little frogs.
Yeah. I'm assuming this is a Hamlet reference, by the way.
Oh, there's another frog. And there's even more frogs.
No, she started out happy there,
Yeah.
and then got sad when the frogs turned up.
I don't know that she's unhappy. I think she's just blissful.
If it's the Ophelia from Hamlet, possibly not.
That's very true, yes. But did she have frogs?
I don't remember frogs specifically when I did it at school, but that was a very long time ago.
Yeah. It's not the thing about Hamlet that everybody quotes either.
No.
So.
Alas, poor Yorick, I knew him in the biblical sense.
I was talking with NetPoa earlier about, setting up rules and so forth, and there is this weird dichotomy with me, which I really like, having everything available to everybody, but then I'll make little borders like, nope, only going to use I'm never going to use Windows.
Entry number 20, Back Low by Farfar.
Loonies, Focus Design, and the Danish Underpants Brigade.
He is Oni's slave bitch, apparently.
Well,
that's a point. I hope there's one from Oni in here as well.
yeah, I'm sure there is. If there isn't, I'd be very surprised because he's been working on something the entire time.
Yeah. Is that that's got to be ZBrush? I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Yes,
I
it
would
is.
think ZBrush, yeah. And Farfar is, he's been doing 2D graphics on Amiga and so forth for a long time, and
That's
has-
one of Oni's trademark robots over there
Yeah.
getting smacked down.
So, yeah, Oni versus Farfar is something. Yeah, see, this is the type of thing that Farfar includes in his. He has all these little details of things, always.
That comes from the ZBrush. Yeah.
There used to always be a duck. Where's the duck?
You've not found the duck this year. Entry 21. Contact by Oni. Here we go.
99% hand-painted Photoshop, 1% lens flare.
Lens flare is never just 1%. No, maybe. Oh, that's lovely.
Yeah, well, that lens flare is... It'll be interesting to see because that'll be the last part of the stage. Also, the blur on the reeds over there.
This reminds me, I've been playing a lot of Fallout 4 recently.
Crane people. Yeah, here, I'll just make this entire universe of people that I might use.
Yeah, for one picture. It's
It's
just
very
incredible.
Oni.
Yeah.
He's just drawing all the time. That's...
But yeah, I mean, those stages showed it. It's just like he's come up with a whole world
Yeah.
just for this picture. It's like there's so much in here.
It's great that, you know, I mean, you could do so much just from this picture and with this universe.
Oh, yeah, this is a few chapters of any novel right here.
Yeah. And that flare gun, just the flare guns don't go exactly straight up like it. I mean, that's right. Oh, and look, more of the guys. It's, and you can tell right where, you know, this
The
stuff.
Stiltwalkers are sneaking up and they've
Yeah.
just been spotted, haven't
And the way that the ground goes with that, either bones or what is some sort of building bones.
they? Oh, that wasn't last.
No.
Entry number 22, Rhino Beetles by Alex.
Sci-fi train station in an underground city. Design for the train is inspired by worms and horned beetles.
Blender, Octane, and Photoshop.
Departure, VW. Not sure what that might be a reference to.
I see where the Beatles are coming in there, though.
Yeah.
It's the,
Yeah, the. Well,
that could have gone another way, and I'm
It
thankful it
could've.
didn't.
Yeah. Also, I think he changed the. No, he didn't change the angle of them. Wow. It's interesting because he's used 3 of them, and the one in the back is blurred, and
Depth of field.
depth of field and all that. 4, 5, 4, 6, 8. No,
We're looking for secret meanings in all of this.
Yeah. I'm not coming up with anything at the moment. And this one also, you know, there's a whole world here.
Yeah.
Where
I mean,
do these?
what are they doing? Where are they? Is that like a military thing, or is
Yeah.
it for the general public?
Is it 2 in the morning and they're doing maintenance? Is it?
What level of society produces that sort of stuff?
Yeah.
How do all the population live? There we go. That's the end.
It's the modern graphics combo.